What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Sorry I look like absolute hell right now. I've been working out in the pasture with the farm animals, mowing the lawn, doing all that fun stuff here in the South Florida heat on my day off. But got some footage put together for you guys of some fish catches me and Breezy had this past weekend, fishing the Jimmy McMillan Memorial Tournament. I will get into that here in just a little bit. So wanted to put that together. But before I showed you guys that, I was going to give you guys a little bit of a report as to what's going on out on Lake Okeechobee. Right now, the most important thing to keep in mind is the water is dropping at a super fast rate. I don't remember the last time I've seen water dropping this quick. Just for instance, these fish that we caught at the end of this video, you'll see I went back to that spot yesterday to start my guide trip. Bottomed my boat out, and there is literally no water on top of that grass. I mean, it's fallen and fallen fast. So be very careful out there when navigating. And for any of you guys that love fishing this lake, don't bitch and moan about the low water, making it a hassle to navigate, hassle to get up on plane. The lake needs this low water right now more than ever. With all the high water, high winds we had this past winter and the spraying going on in this lake, this low water is the best thing that can happen. It's going to help bring back a lot of those main lake grass lines, a lot of grass that got killed off. And it's going to cook off a lot of that sediment on the bottom of the lake in any of the backwater areas that are now exposed and dry, right? This is just going to help bring back those spawning coves and spawning, areas and things like that got taken out by the high winds and all that, like I mentioned before, this winter and really over the past couple of years. So, the lake is in good shape fishing-wise, but as far as the grass, we've lost a lot of it. But as far as the fishing really couldn't be better right now, to be honest with you guys. It's summer, okay? We're in the full moon at the end of May. You got a lot of different things coming into play right now. You got a lot of fish that are out on the edge of the main lake, on the main lake grass line, looking to get in that little bit cooler water and are feeding up on shad. And as you'll see in the end of this video, the fish catches here, all the fish me and Breezy caught in this tournament were all shad fish. Okay, we've had a lot of heavy winds, which is really untypical for the month of May, but a lot of heavy winds over the past couple of weeks, blowing dirty water into certain areas, blowing a lot of bait around, a lot of shad into areas, and these fish are keyed up, feeding up on them. Keep in mind when you're out here on Lake Okeechobee, they preach to you, you need to find the clean water to catch the big fish. That's not always true. Fishable water is fishable water. If it's stained and you see shad, flicking around, sometimes that's the best stuff you can find, and that's what me and Breezy found in this tournament. I'll get to that in a minute. The other thing that's going on, you got a lot of fish that are up super, super shallow. Okay, you really can't get shallow enough right now because there's bluegill spawning. I mean, if you're not seeing any bait around, you're just wasting your time fishing shallow, but if you find some bluegill beds, obviously it's no secret you're going to find the fish as well. I've been mentioning to a lot of you guys that have been calling me, looking to book bluegill trips, telling you I haven't been able to find any, and I hadn't. I didn't want to take your money and just take you on a goose chase. But as of this past weekend, I have started to see quite a few on beds down here on the south end of the lake. So not only does that make the bass fishing great, because that's my favorite thing is fishing for those big bluegill eaters, but if you want to come down and have some fun, book me for a day to take you out bluegill fishing with the kids or just to, catch dinner, now's the time. I found them, and what's come to realize was I think these fish were there all along, these bluegill, but the water was so dirty and so high and so windy, you weren't able to locate them, but now it's pretty easy. I mean, they're just in inches of water, so super cool. So that's really what's going on. Be careful out there. Water's dropping, fish are in transition, and you can kind of catch them doing whatever you want to do right now. Just bring a lot of water because it has been warm, but the fishing's great. We'll get to this tournament. This tournament, for instance, took just under 29 pounds to win. I don't remember how many 8-pound or fish over 6 pounds were brought in, but it was a lot. I know me and Breezy had 2 ourselves. I think big fish was just under 9. I'm going to say there were 6 fish over 7 pounds, 7 fish over 7 pounds brought in. A lot of big fish. Took just under 29 to win. There was another 28-pound bag at 25, 24. Me and Breezy had 22 and we're in 5th place, but right in that, 4th to 8th place, the weights were real stacked around 22 pounds. Should have had about 24, only lost 1 fish all day, ended up being a 4-pounder, which would have really helped us, but it is what it is. Super fun event. If you guys know Lake Okeechobee, you should know who Jimmy McMillan was, the best bass fisherman that this lake will probably ever see. So he unfortunately passed away I guess it was 10 years ago now. And, this is just a memorial tournament for him. We all get together down here at the Torrey Island boat ramp. So any of you guys that are just looking to dip your feet into tournament fishing, and maybe you live down south of the lake, this is one of the few tournaments that actually gets ran out of the Torrey Island Belglade boat ramp. They have one every year. Definitely look into it. I believe they got the Facebook page and all that with all the information. They have it every year. And a lot of the proceeds go, it's a guaranteed $2,000 payday to first place. And then a lot of the proceeds go to the local schooling system here in town and things like that. So it's good for a good cause. Smoothly ran, great people, super fun time as always. So the fishing on the lake's phenomenal, big fish being caught. And as you can tell by the weights. And what me and Breezy did was, me and her haven't fished a tournament together in I don't know how long. We haven't fished together in I don't know how long. So it was super fun just to get out on the water with the wife, and it doesn't hurt when you catch over 40 fish in a day, right? Super fun. All of our fish were keyed up on shad. I mentioned I'd found an area on a guide trip just the other day. Struggled a little bit, but finally got into an area with my customers, and they ended up catching probably 30 fish in just a couple hours, all on top water, on swim baits, buzzing swim baits on top. And they had a ball. So went back to that same area the day of the tournament. Told Breezy we'll get in there, we'll probably get a limit, and then might have to go just junk fish around. And her second cast of the morning was a 6.5 pounder. So that kind of keyed us into that area. And all the fish in that area came, like I said, on the white easy swimmer, buzzing it and or just swimming it through the eelgrass or the needle grass and stuff. Straight braid, a lot of top water blowups, super fun. We fished in there for the first few hours, then decided to give it a break because this area was not very big. So another thing I'll tell you about the lake right now, a lot of these fish are confined. If you get bit, slow down. Typically, they're not alone, which is what we did. Milked that area for a while and said, let's give this a rest. I got one other spot to go check. Went in there, caught a couple fish. I think I caught one on a frog, but Breezy caught 3 or 4. I don't know how many you'll see in this video on a white spinnerbait. I think I've mentioned in videos in the past, I'm not a spinnerbait person, but she is, and she catches a lot of fish and a lot of big fish on the spinnerbait. She had that tied on, and I think maybe 2 of the fish we weighed in came off of the spinnerbait, so don't be afraid to throw that, especially when it's a little windy out. They really go crazy for that. Had about, an hour and a half left to fish. Ran back to our starting area and ended up catching, I don't know how many more fish we caught, but a decent number. Unfortunately, I did lose that 4-pound fish, the only fish that I lost all day. That would have helped us and probably bumped us up a spot or 2 and had a little bit more weight. But it is what it is. And I ended up catching 1 fish that was probably the second bigger fish, probably 6 pounds. Unfortunately, I threw the swim bait out there, buzzed it on top. She just kamikazed it, set the hook. She mowed down a bunch of reeds. Super cool shot. Breezy scoops her in the net. High five, look, and the GoPro was not recording. So keep in mind, if you guys are looking at this like, man, that doesn't look like that's a almost 22-pound bag, because you're missing a 6-pounder in there. But you guys will get the idea. So that's about it. I'm going to roll the footage here. I have been out recording, but it just takes time when I get off the water to edit and cut these videos, so please bear with me. I can tell you what, the next thing you're going to watch on here probably, or one of the next fishing videos you're going to watch on this channel, you're not going to want to miss. Went out and just had a dirty 30 afternoon by myself, with my dog actually. So super fun stuff coming. I don't have all that video cut and edited yet or anything, so hopefully I'll have that out here as soon as possible. And again, I'll go over what I was using and everything for that day. Until the next video, I appreciate you guys watching. Give me a call to go fishing. You have the lake to yourself. There's no one out there. Start at 6. You can be off the water at 10 if you're scared of the heat. 4-hour trip, $300. $300. You can come out here and not risk blowing your motor up, hitting a rock, hitting a manatee, hitting an alligator, busting a lower unit. And if we do, I have to pay for it, not you. So the fishing's phenomenal. The fishing's great. And you really have a chance at a real big one right now. I'm seeing more big fish get caught over the past couple weeks than I saw all winter long. So hopefully you guys give me a call. I appreciate all of you that do. Like, subscribe, whatever all the YouTubers say. And enjoy the fish catches. I'll see you on the next one. small one she is, that would have been a freaking giant. Just so it's easier to grab.
Pickerel. No, not a pike, isn't it? No.
Oh, it's got a regular pickerel.
Smoked it and then started digging.
A pike? Got it, though. You won't even help, really. No?
I gotta check it.
Got it. I've watched her get in there and wrap around. And I couldn't do nothing. Gosh, dang it. Gas station the other night, and then when I jumped in my boat and turned to hook it up, like it laid on, it sat on rod lockers and it all fell out. She shampooed it.
Honestly, I didn't think she was gonna
She ain't that
be.
big,
She didn't sound
but she came completely out of the water on it. I guess it was a good choice to come back here.